Chapter 4, Section 4, Add and subtract unlike fractions. The table shows the fractions of 1 hour for certain minutes. What fraction of 1 hour is equal to the sum of 15 minutes and 20 minutes? Well, 15 minutes we see here is 15 over 60. And 20 minutes is 20 minutes out of 60, because there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. If we add our numerator, 15 and 20 makes 35. The denominator stays the same, so 35 out of 60 minutes. Now, there is a third column in this chart to simplify the fractions. If I simplify 5 over 60, 5 goes into itself 1 time, and 5 goes into 60 12 times. 10 out of 60 is the same as 1 over 6. All you gotta do is chop off the zeros or divide the numerator and denominator by 10. For the third one, 15 over 60, if you divide the numerator and denominator by 15, you'll get 1 over 4. If you divide the numerator and denominator by 20 for the 20-minute row, then you will get 1 out of 3. And finally, 30 minutes out of 60 minutes is 1/2. It says write each fraction of an hour in simplest form in the third column. We did that. Question 3 says explain why 1/6 of an hour plus 1/3 of an hour is 1/2 of an hour. Well, that's because we could say because 1/3 is the same as 2 over 6. If you multiply the top and bottom by 2, then you get 2 over 6. So now we can add 1/6 and 2/6 and see if we get 1/2. So let's do that. So 1 over 6 add 2 over 6 is equal to 3 over 6. And 3 over 6 is equal to 1/2. So this would be a proper explanation of why 1/6 of an hour plus 1/3 of an hour is equal to 1/2 of an hour. Number 4 says explain why 1/12 of an hour plus 1/2 of an hour is equal to 7/12 of an hour. Well, same thing. We can say that 1/2 is equal to 0.5, but it's also equal to 6 over 12. And if we're adding 1/2 to 1/12, we can say 1 over 12 plus 6 over 12 is equal to 7 over 12. Because we are adding the numerator and keeping the denominator. And 7 over 12 matches what they're looking for. There, we cannot simplify this any further. Add or subtract unlike fractions. To add or subtract fractions with different denominators, rename the fractions using the least common denominator. Add or subtract as with like fractions. If necessary, simplify the sum or difference. Before you can add two unlike fractions or fractions with different denominators, rename one or both of the fractions so that they have a common denominator. Here in example 1, we have 1/2 plus 1/4. You could use a number line, 0 to 1/2, and then 1/4 is equal to 3/4. Or you could use the least common denominator. The least common denominator of 2 and 4 is 4. So we convert 1 over 2 by multiplying the top and bottom by 2 to become 2 over 4, and then we can add the 1 over 4. 2 and 1 make 3, so the answer is 3 over 4. Either method will get you to the answer of 3 over 4. Let's try ours. 3 over 4, add 1 over 5. So 3 over 4, 4 and 5, the least common denominator is going to be 20. 20. And one way you can figure that out is just list them out. So 4, 8, list out all the factors. So 4, 8, 12, or all the multiples. List out all the multiples of each number. So factors would be if we're getting smaller numbers, but we're getting all the multiples. So 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. That's my 4s. For the 5s, it's 5, 10, 15, 20. So there's my match. No number matched before 20. So 20 is my least common denominator. So now with that example, to get from 4 to 20, I had to multiply by 5. So I will multiply the 3 by 5. 3 by 5 is 15. So 3 over 4 becomes 15 over 20. To convert my 1 over 5, 5 multiplied by 4 equals 20. So I'm going to multiply the numerator by 4. 1 multiplied by 4 is 4. And if I add 15 over 20 and 4 over 20, I get 19 over 20. That cannot be simplified, so that is my final answer. Hopefully that makes sense. Go ahead and try got it A, B, C, and D, and then resume this video when you are done. Got it A. The least common denominator is going to be 6. So the first fraction, 1 over 6, that can stay the same. 2 over 3 turns into 4 over 6. And 1 and 4 make 5 over 6. Got it B. The least common denominator is 10. So the 9 over 10 can stay the same. Negative 1/2 turns into negative 5 over 10. And 9 add negative 5, 9 add negative 5, so we're going to be taken away, is going to be 4 over 10. 4 over 10 can be simplified to 2 over 5. Got it C, the common denominator is going to be 8. 1 over 4 turns into 2 over 8, and 3 over 8 can stay the same. 2 and 3 make 5. The denominator stays the same. 5 over 8 was the correct answer. Got it D? We have negative 1/3 add negative 1/4. So the least common denominator is going to be 12 for this one. 3, 6, 9, 12, 4, 8, 12. So 12 is the smallest number that both of those denominators go into. Our negative 1/3 is going to turn into negative 4 over 12. And then we're going to add another negative fraction. Negative 1/4 turns into negative 3 over 12. Negative 4 and negative 3 makes negative 7. The denominator stays the same, so negative 7 over 12 is the final answer. Example 2, here we have 3 fractions in one problem. So just adding one more step, we have to find the least common denominator of all 3 numbers. So between 4 and 9, they were able to actually add the 2 fractions that had 4 as the denominator. They focused on those first. Instead of trying to figure out the denominator of 9 and 4, they just added the 2 fractions that had a denominator of 4. So the negative 3 over 4 and the positive 7 over 4. When they added those together, they got 4 over 4, or 1. So then they didn't have to find a common denominator. They just added 5/9 to 1 and got 1 and 5 over 9. A little confusing. We'll do it we'll do a similar process here. So I have negative 5 over 6 plus 2 over 3 add 11 over 6. So I'm going to focus on my two fractions that have the common denominator already, the 6. So negative 5 over 6 add 2 over, oh, that's the wrong one. Add 11 over 6 is what I want there. And now that's going to be where my parentheses are, and the 2 over 3 is going to be on the outside. Negative 5 and positive 11 is going to be 6 over 6. Six over 6. 6 over 6 is 1. And 1 plus 2/3 is 1 2/3. Or 1 add 2/3. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. Go ahead and try these got it E and F, and then resume this video when you're done. Got it E. This process where you move the parentheses, where you change the order that you add things in, this is called the commutative property. And if I use that property to add 2/5 and 3/5, I'll get 5/5. And then I can add 4/7 to that after. So without having to find the common denominator of 5 and 7, I know that 5 over 5 is 1, and 1 add 4 over 7 is going to be 1 4/7. Forgot it F, I have a negative 3/10 and a positive 23/10. A negative 3 and a positive 23 is going to make a positive 20 over 10. Add 5 over 8. Well, 20 divided by 10, that's 2. And 2 add 5/8 is 2 5/8. So hopefully it's starting to click. Let's look down at our word problem. Oh, not our word problem, example 3, where we get to do subtraction. So number 3, negative 2/3 subtract 1/2. So they have their number line split up into 6 because the common denominator of 2 and 3 is 6. So they made a number line out of 6s, and then they subtracted 2/3 from 0, and then subtracted another 1/2 to get an answer of negative 7 over 6. They could have used the least common denominator. That is the other method. So you convert negative 2/3 to negative 4 over 6, and 1/2 to 3/6. So now you have negative 4 over 6 subtract 3 over 6. Negative 4 subtract 3 is negative 7, and the denominator stays the same. So either way, you're going to get negative 7 over 6. Negative 7 over 6 is also the same as negative 1 1/6. So both of these answers are acceptable. Example 3, find negative 3 over 4, subtract 7 over 8, and write in simplest form. Well, I can see that my least common denominator is going to be 8. So I have a negative 3/4, so that's going to turn into negative 6 over 8, and then I'm going to subtract 7 over 8. Negative 6 subtract 7 is negative 13. Denominator is 8. So negative 13 over 8, or negative 1. 8 goes into 13 one time. with 5 left over. So -1 and 5/8. Both of these answers are acceptable. Go ahead and try got it G, H, and I. Get some practice with subtraction of unlike fractions, and then resume this video when you're done. Okay, so I went through and I set up all my problems. For got it G, I realized that the least common denominator is going to be 8. So the 5/8 can stay the same. I'll bring that straight down. And 1/4 turns into 2/8. 2/8. So 5 subtract 2 is 3, and my denominator stays the same. For H, for got it H, my least common denominator is going to be 12. So to turn 3/4 into a fraction over 12, I'm going to need to multiply the numerator and denominator by 3. 4 multiplied by 3 gives me my denominator of 12, and 3 multiplied by 3 gives me a numerator of 9. 1/3 turns into 4/12, and 9 subtract 4 is 5. The denominator stays the same, so 5/12 is the answer there. Finally, for got it I realized that the least common denominator is going to be 10. So 1/2 is going to turn into 5/10. And the 2/5 is going to turn into 4/10. Another thing to realize is that we are subtracting a negative. You should remember that anytime you subtract a negative, that's kind of like addition. 5 and 4 make 9. The denominator stays the same, so 9/10 should be your answer. None of these fractions could be simplified, so we are done. Now let's look at that word problem. It says choose an operation, add or subtract unlike fractions to solve real-world problems. Example 4. Use the table to find the fraction of the total population that has type A or type B blood. So type A or type B is these two sections here. So we need to add 21/50 and 1/10. So they're going to get a common denominator of 50. The 21/50 comes down, and the 1/10 turns into 5/50. 21 and 5 make 26, and the denominator stays the same, so 26/50, which can be reduced to 13/25. So 13/25 of the population has type A or type B blood. In our example 4, it says, in one town, 3/20 of the adopted dogs are German Shepherds, 7/25 are Golden Retrievers, and 2/5 are mixed breeds. Find the fraction of adopted dogs that are either Golden Retrievers or mixed breeds. So we're looking at 7/25 and 2/5. They gave you the 3/20 as extra information to try to confuse you. So we want to add 7/25 and 2/5. Well, that's going to, the least common denominator of those two fractions is going to be 25. So the 7/25 can come straight down, and 2/5, 2/5, the numerator and the denominator have to be multiplied by 5. So the top 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. 5 multiplied by 5 is 25. So that's how we get 10/25. And finally, 7 and 10, my numerators, make 17, and the denominator stays the same. 17/25 cannot be simplified, so that is my final answer.